Hello, Spiritual Biz Success peeps. How are you guys? Kimberly Maska here, founder of Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, and I have a really great topic. So this actually came in as a question, and I'm going to look over here and read the question. So this came in and someone sent me a message, and they were talking about efforting in your business, because we know a lot of times we feel like we're pushing with our business. We're trying to make it happen. How do we make it happen? Doing all this business stuff, this left brain stuff, and it feels really uncomfortable. So her specific question was about, Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, talks about efforting. And, Abraham talks about that, you shouldn't effort anything, that everything should be in this flow and allow things to be in flow. But with the business, this individual, Rita, actually was asking me that, if efforting is bad, like, how do you start a business? Like, isn't that efforting? And so the way she phrases it, she says, however, running a healer business requires hardcore analytical planning and mapping it out. Isn't it controversial? Until I wait for the universe's answer, should I draw up a business plan? How does instinct and not effort fit with a business of healers? And so let's talk about that a bit, because efforting is not something you want to be doing ever, because efforting means that you are out of alignment. You're not connected with source. And when you're creating a business, first of all, I love how she says hardcore analytics. So there's really should be no like hardcore analytics, but you do need to look at the business, the numbers of your business. Because I always tell all of my clients in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, if I don't know your numbers, I don't know where you are. And so you guys have to pay attention to numbers. But it's not hardcore analytics. It's actually pretty simple. And it's quite a bit of fun when you are looking at your analytics or a spreadsheet that you've created, because the fun is in seeing your income. The fun is in seeing what's going on in your business. Like when you're tracking your business, you're able to see its progression, which is amazing. It feels so good when you can see the progression of your business. So back to the concept of efforting in your business, when your business begins to feel like it's no longer in flow. The problem there is that you have lost your disconnection from source, or you lost your connection from source. And so that's what's causing you to effort, because you're sitting in a place of scarcity and maybe a little bit of fear and a little bit of lack. So anytime we have a disconnection from source, it's coming from one of those feelings, more than likely. We're just like, oh, is this going to happen? Am I going to get the next client? How am I going to pay this bill? Are there enough clients for me? All of those questions just show a complete lack and disconnect. Because what happens is that when we're disconnected, it's just we think that source doesn't have our back. We're questioning source. And so our business begins to feel very cumbersome, because we're just like, how do I make it work? And I try this and I try that, and we're pushing against what needs to happen. So now with your business, what you need to do is to get back into alignment. So everything I teach in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp is about being in alignment with who you are and in alignment with source. Because you can't create something amazing if you're disconnected. It just doesn't happen. So the efforting piece should be removed. Now, does that mean you throw everything to the wind and forget any kind of planning? No. There's still a strategic process, but the strategic process no longer becomes efforting. And so you want to really start with connecting with your tribe. We literally spend the first 3-4 weeks of boot camp connecting with your tribe, because that is the most important thing, to know your tribe intimately at a soul level. So when you're connecting at a soul level, that makes your business easier. Like there's no efforting. It's just simple. It's a connection. When you're connecting in your business, the clients show up. When you're connecting in social media, the clients respond. When you're connecting on a discovery call, the clients enroll. It's incredibly simple. That connection is the key to it all. Connection with your clients, which means you have connection with source. Because when you're disconnected from source, you're disconnected from everything else, and you're coming from a place of lack and scarcity, and you're wondering if the client's going to enroll when you're on the phone with them, or where is the next client? And all of that lack just shows up and brings more of it to you. So you have to be highly aware of this efforting and pushing against. So with your business, you need to be in flow as much as possible. You have to, and I know a lot of it's big and scary. I always say in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, what my goal is really is to create the next spiritual leaders of the planet. And so when you come into boot camp, you're actually taking on an entirely new identity. You're no longer a spiritual entrepreneur, you're a spiritual leader. That's a new identity, and I know that's a really big shift for people. So some efforting might come into play because you're like, whoa, I'm changing identities, but it doesn't have to. When we realize that we were put here on this planet to be those spiritual leaders, to show people how to reconnect with Source, when we get that, then we know we're just following the plan. We're following the plan that is why we were put here. We were put here with the gifts that we have to be able to share those gifts, not to keep them and hide them for ourselves. And we're here to share. And what does that mean? That means sharing in a platform. That means sharing in a platform that is your business. If you really want to be serving, you need to have a spiritual business. If you don't have a business, you're not really serving. It's just a hobby. So you need that business, and you have to know that your connection with Source is giving you the gifts. That's in flow. Now it's time to create a business with that flow. And when you go to create the business, it's about connecting with individuals. And when you get all of that down, it's fun, and there are no hardcore analytics. There's nothing crazy about that. It's just that you're in flow with your clients and your business unfolds. And I've seen it happen so many times. It's amazing. We have 2 clients right now in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp that just got their first enrollments. They made $3,000 with their first enrollment with their clients, and they said it was easy. It was easy because they were in flow. So your business as a healer does not have to have all sorts of contrast and disconnect from Source. No efforting necessary. You have to take inspired action to make things happen. Yes, there's action, but the action should not be efforting. It's all in flow. And when you're connecting to the client that you're there to serve, when you're connecting with those people and you're changing lives, there's absolutely no efforting. So I hope that answered your question, Rita, because I know you had that, and thank you for reaching out about that question. And I hope this helped you with that. And if you guys are ready to create that 6-figure business, if you are like sick and tired of like thinking of your business as a hobby and seeing money go out the door in your advertising and not actually having the money come in revenue, and if you're tired of efforting in your business because you can't figure out how to make it work, watch my free training. Link's going to be right above. You can go to spiritualbizsuccess.com to watch it. And if you feel that we are a vibrational match, you can book a call with my team, and we can show you how your business no longer has to be an effort. Your business can be in flow. You can be in flow, and it can be a beautiful thing where you're serving at the highest level and creating the financial abundance that is your birthright. Until next time, guys, I'm Kimberly Maska, founder of Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, and I will see you guys in the next video.